guys, so today we're going to talk a little bit about moisturizers. I typically like to divide skincare products into 6 different categories. So there's a lot of confusion when it comes to topical products that you apply to the skin. I try to make it easy, and you say easy, wow, 6 different types of products. Well, remember that there can be combination type products, but basically 6 different categories of ingredients. 1 is cleansers. If you watch that video, you understand that we've talked about that before. 2 is moisturizers. 3 are vitamin A type products. These are the retinoids or retinols, sunscreens, antioxidants, and peptides, which are small proteins. So today we're going to talk a little bit about moisturizers. So do I need to use a moisturizer? Well, the answer is yes if you're washing your skin. So I imagine that most people probably wash their face through, maybe they don't, but most people do. So if you're using a cleanser, you should be using a moisturizer. So what do we look for in a good moisturizer? Well, the 2 main ingredients in moisturizers are humectants and occlusives. So humectants actually draw water to the surface of the skin, which helps to make it feel softer, less wrinkles, look better as well. And then occlusives. So occlusives keep that moisture from then evaporating into the environment. So a good occlusive and a good humectant. So what are some pitfalls in products that you may come across? Well, the main thing I think are watching out for fragrances and dyes. So everybody wants a lotion that smells good or looks pretty, a purple color on the shelf, but unfortunately fragrances and dyes can lead to irritation on the skin, and that can actually make things look red. It can make it flaky, cause your skin to peel or have an allergic reaction, actually cause a fair amount of swelling. So I would ask you, look on the back of your bottle. Does it have fragrance? Does it have dyes? These are things like yellow 4, red 16, things like that. If it has those ingredients, I'd tell you probably want to switch to a different moisturizer. So we sell several different lines of skincare products here in the office. I'll tell you one that I think is really good is made by a company called PCA, and it's the name of it is Rebalance. So it comes in a jar like this. If you're crazy about the moisturization, you can get a big pump bottle. I think this works pretty well. You can pump some out. But PCA was a skincare product line that was developed in conjunction. Basically, they became relevant in the skincare market because they were really good at chemical peels. So the doctors that were creating these chemical peels needed something to be able to protect the skin both before and after the peel. So I think it's a very gentle product line, and so I think for moisturizing the skin, Rebalance is a good option. They also make a moisturizer called Clear Skin. It's a little bit lighter for those acne prone type patients. And so, sometimes, patients are on a budget and they really are cost conscious. So there are a couple good over-the-counter alternatives for you. So Cetaphil is a company made, a cleanser and moisturizer made by a company, Galderma. And then CeraVe is made by Valiant. These are a little bit cheaper price point. They may not have quite as high a concentration or as good a quality of humectant and occlusives, but I think for over-the-counters, in a non-physician dispensed skincare line, I think those are a couple good alternatives for you. Eucerin is also a pretty good skincare line. If you look on the back, again, look for fragrances and dyes. You may look for words such as non-comedogenic. That means it won't clog the pores. I think that's something that they can't necessarily guarantee. I have seen that on a bottle that had fragrances and dyes in it, but certainly you can look for that. You can look for dermatologist recommended. I mean, basically, if you take whatever you're using to your dermatologist, your facial plastic surgeon, general plastic surgeon, they should be able to look at the ingredients on the back. You can have a conversation about, is this a good moisturizer? Is it doing the job? I often will have patients who have real oily skin tell me, well, doc, my skin is oily already. Why do I want to add additional moisturizer to that? I'm already greasy. Well, the answer is maybe you're using a cleanser that's a little too harsh. If the cleanser is too harsh, it's stripping the skin, your body will actually ramp up the production of oil and can actually make you more oily. So you may actually want to use a gentler cleanser and actually use a moisturizer so that your body doesn't have to work as hard to generate oil. Because again, the skin is a protective layer for your body. It's an organ in and of itself just made to protect the deeper layers of your body. So you really need to protect it, and so I think using a moisturizer daily is very important, and you should do that. So if you have any questions about moisturizers, please let us know, and we'll see if we can get an answer for you. Thanks.